Was that? I, I, hmm. I can't tell if I'm on. I don't think I'm on yet. There we go. We're on now. I don't know. The camera wasn't working. I had to get one of the elves to check it out for me. But we're on. And I want to say good evening, Captain Jack and Pirate Bill. Oh, what a wonderful storyteller you are. And you looked really good in that hat. Yes, you did. I appreciate you wearing that hat for me, Pirate Bill. You kind of look like me a little bit, and you have a great reading voice. So it was really good that Captain Jack announced that I was going to be here, and he had a wonderful story, and it was just it was a pleasure watching him, and I hope everybody is coming in to say hello. Did anybody here was actually listening with Captain Jack? I know a couple of people I saw in the room that I recognized. Hello, Michael. How are you? Sadie, Teresa, Patricia. Hi, guys. Oh, it's so good to have everybody back again. And before I get started, I would like to do a birthday. Well, actually, two birthdays. Lucas Savarese, happy birthday. And Kevin Crary. Oh, happy birthday, you guys. I guess I've never explained to you people, but if you have an upcoming birthday party, absolutely get in touch with me. Let me know, and I will give you a shout out so that everybody else can wish you a happy birthday as well. Sadie, how are you? Good to see you. So, I have a book that's celebrating 75 years old. That's a long time. And I'm going to try and say this guy's name. Bear with me. Esra Slobinkina. He wrote the story and he illustrated the story. It's a wonderful story. It's called Caps for Sale. And it's about a peddler, not somebody who pedals while they're riding a bicycle, but it's a salesman. It's a word that younger folks would not know. It's about a peddler who sells caps. You can tell by the title. And he encounters a bunch of mischievous monkeys. And, well, I'm not going to give away the story, but I'll let you know. I'll read it to you. How about that? Now, I'm going to try and let you see the pictures as I read, but I don't have one of the elves holding the camera for me, so it might be a little difficult. So bear with me, and let's enjoy the story together. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. See? Look at that, all stacked up on top of his head. First, he had his own checkered cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. I like red. It's my favorite color. Oh, I'm glad they were at the top. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So he walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight, so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap." Now, you know that this was a long time ago if he's selling a cap for 50 cents. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps! Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. Now, when he says upset his caps, he doesn't mean that he doesn't want to get them angry. He just doesn't want them to fall off his head. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, he thought. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checkered cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. Do you think he can actually reach the red caps on the very top? He must have stretch Armstrong arms. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a really long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checkered cap. Look, they're all missing. Oh no. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Where could they be? How could his caps have all disappeared? Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? Do you think he saw his caps? What do you think? Oh, look at that! On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or brown or blue or red cap. Look at that. Wow. And they're all smiling and having a good time. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. You monkeys, you, he said, shaking his finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, it's monkey talk. I'm not even exactly sure if that's how to pronounce it. This made the peddler very angry. So he shook both hands at them and said, you monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, something like that. It loses a bit in the translation, but you understand. Now he felt quite angry. He stomped his foot and he said, you monkeys, you better give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, ha, ha, ha. They were laughing at him. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stomped both his feet and shouted, you monkeys, you must give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stomped both their feet back at him. And in monkey talk again, they made fun of him. Oh, he must be very, very angry. At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. He was giving up. What could he do? But then each monkey pulled off his cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and the red caps came flying down out of the tree. down onto the ground. So the peddler picked up his caps, put them back on his head. First his own checkered cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very, very top. And slowly, slowly he walked back to town, calling caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. The end. I believe this is a case of monkey see, monkey do. So, what I'm going to ask you children is, you could be a little monkey and you can watch me read a book. What I would really, really like is if tonight you picked out a special book and you read it with either mom or dad or your brother or sister or whoever you're quarantined with, whoever you're there with, and have some family time. And, well, we're going to do this again soon, okay? Maybe in another 2 weeks. I hope you had a wonderful time. And let me see, does anybody have any questions? I have to scroll through this to find the people. Claude, how are you? And Jeannie. Michael! Oh, Michael Mullen. Oh, how are you, little man? Kelly, Anne-Marie, Chanel, Joe, Michael again. Michael, you're back. I am good. Oh, Michael, I know I have video. Don't be, don't get too nervous. Carolyn, I just finished cooking, so Josephine and Jackson missed this. Oh, no. Well, it's going to be recorded, so you could play it over again for them. Okay? Hi, Karen. How are you? Dave, good to see you. Kathleen. Michael, good to see you. Michelle, how are you? Danny Tobias, how are you? Good to see you. Say hello to the kids for me. Geoff, good to see you. Hello. Sadie, Margaret, Michael and Michelle. Gwen says hi too. Hi, Gwen. How are you? Oh, Peggy, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Kathleen, my 2-year-old is so happy. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm very glad that your 2-year-old is with us. I'm glad that you guys are sharing this with your family. I want to say goodnight now, but I do want to say thank you again to Captain Jack for starting the show off at 7 a.m. I believe we're going to do this again, probably in about 2 weeks. That way, your family will get an entire hour between Jack and myself. And I think it's important, especially, with the way things are. We just need to relax and we need to get away from our problems for a little while. And that's what Captain Jack and I want to do. We want to bring you to Fantasyland. We want you to imagine. We want you to dream. We want you to have fun. Santa Claus loves you, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Good night.